Welcome back, everyone. Hey, look, thank you for visiting my site. And if you want to learn something about how not to enter the hope business while writing covered calls, you came to the right video. Hey, look, while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and do me a favor and bang that like button. It's right there. Please do. That motivates me. That's the first thing that I look at when I'm looking at my videos. How many people like this video? Because that motivates me to do the next one. Man, I love it when I see those. All right, let's jump into it, folks. Hey, we are going to talk about the hope business. Now, you know, if you've been watching my videos, you know I will reference this every once in a while. The hope and pray business of any investment. But in my case, I've referenced it in terms of a covered call, a couple covered calls that I've written, and it's not a good business to be in. Okay? Today, I'm going to show you my situation for which I am now in the hope business. And I hope you looking at my situation here, it'll help you in the future so you can avoid this. So I have the no volume blues. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I got into a whirlpool trade. And a little backstory on this is that what seemed to be about a year ago, I saw this opportunity to write a covered call, collect a dividend on Whirlpool. Life was great. I spent the money before I even made it. And then Whirlpool takes a tank. And then I start to break every golden rule I have when I trade covered calls. Okay? I did get a front and center seat on writing, executing exit strategies. Woo, it's a win, right? It's a win situation. Well, yeah, that's not good. Because when I bought in at 180, 185 and wrote the 190 strike, you know, like I said, I'm thinking this is going to be a win-win situation. Well, it turned out where Whirlpool over the next 2 months, 6 months, fell from 185 to 159. So it was a situation where I am literally feeling frozen. Okay, fast forward, I was able to write calls, buy them back, write calls, buy them back the whole way down, lowering my cost basis. As it's going up, I'm writing calls, stock goes above my strike price, I buy it back, I sell the next out of the money. You know, I'm still lowering my cost basis, even though I'm adding to my cost basis. I know that sounds odd, but even though I would add to my cost basis by buying the option back, I would then write a further out of the money strike to make that money back. So anyway, long story short, I'm in a spot where the last covered call I wrote on Whirlpool, I really thought, okay, it's trading at about 177 and I'm ready to have my shares taken away from me. So what do? At 177, I sell a 177.50. I get paid $2.50 and somebody takes it. Somebody actually takes it. And there was not any volume. There was not much open interest, but I took it. Okay, I took it. And now it's coming back to bite me because now I'm in a situation where literally in a rock and a hard place, and I actually believe I'm going to feel the pain. Let me set this up for you. Notice there's no volume here. So when you have no volume, here's the problem. I'm not going to be able to get out of this trade cheaply. And here's my situation. When I wrote that last covered call, I neglected to notice that earnings was April 24th. Well, my expiration is April 28th. Okay, so I have no volume. We have earnings happening Monday, and we have my expiration the 28th. So right now, I'm in a bad spot because the reality is earnings is going to happen. And man, if Whirlpool misses, this stock is going to go from 167, you could see it up there, it could go to 157 in a heartbeat. And then I'm stuck. I did not have to put myself into this. Had I followed my golden rules here One of the things I would not have done is sold this call through this earnings report. So here's the dilemma I'm in. I got no volume, which means I get a horrible bid-ask spread, which doesn't favor me, right? And I'm going to have to settle for less money if I buy this option back. So remember, I got paid $2.50. It's a $77.50 with 8 days to go. You would think that option would be under $1. Guess what? It's not. You want to know why it's not? Because earnings is Monday, right? So there's no action on this, and I am stuck. If I try to sell, and notice I have a bid in there for 107, no takers. You know, I tried to put in a couple other bids closer to the mid, no takers. There's nobody out there willing to pay me my price. And I'm surely not going to pay the ask. That's going to be more than what I got paid. And the stock has fallen from 177 to 167. So I'm in a bad spot. Why? We have earnings Monday. And this is where I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. With the earnings report just days prior to my expiration, I found myself in a possible world of hurt. Yes, I read that. That's the hope business I'm in right now, because now, you know, I didn't follow my golden rules, so expectations are all over the place, and I have fallen into the hope business because now I'm hoping that Whirlpool hits their number, stock moves higher, bails me out. Okay? You know, I was totally thinking of this because I remember when Mr. T said this. He asked about, in the movie, he asked about a prediction of the fight he was going to have with Rocky, and he said pain. His prediction was pain. And that's where I'm at right now. Pain because if I go to buy back now, I'm not going to be able to get out of this cheaply. If I can't buy it back or don't buy it back, I have to carry this through earnings, which could be another disaster. And then the lingering pain that sticks with me, sticks in my ribs, is that, look, I could get out cheaply. I can get out cheaply. If I could get out cheaply, it's just going to rub me that I left all that money on the table. This stock's going to go higher if they have a good earnings report, and I'm going to basically have to own the stock until the final day, the 28th, because what will happen is as the stock goes higher, that option price will stay steady and go higher. I will not be buying it back, so it is what it is. On April 28th, it'll expire, hopefully in a spot where I make money. But again, it's just knowing I'm in a bad spot. I'm in the hope business. Say, look, not paying attention recap. That's where we're at. I did not pay attention. You know, I've written so many calls, have so much happening. I did not pay attention. I feel so comfortable with this stock that I wrote the covered call through earnings, near earnings. And look where we're at today. Look where I'm at today. So, you know, number one, we want great stocks because when you're in this situation, you need to have the conviction that you bought a great company. Now, do I think Whirlpool's a great company? I do. I do think they're a great brand name company, and I feel comfortable with Whirlpool. But man, you need to know when they have earnings, right? Need to know. Nike's a perfect example. That's hit me a couple times. And finally, we want that volume. We want that volume and open interest. Largely because when we find ourselves in this situation, we could at least get some bidders. We can get some people that'll pay to bail me out, basically. So those are the things that I want you to think of. You know, we don't want to be in the hope business. We want to make great decisions. Some of those decisions are going to be making sure we don't write them through earnings report because we could have a disaster on my hands. Whirlpool could literally drop from 167 down to 157, and I am left holding the bag. Okay? So, hey guys, I hope you learned something from this video. Maybe it's that one little morsel of information. Maybe you experienced the same situation and you handle it a little differently. Maybe you learned something today. Hey, do me a favor. Before you leave, bang that like button. Hey, ring the bell if you haven't already to get an email notification that I did a brand new covered call video. And hey, look, share the video. Let others know that we're out here. We're out here trying to spread the good word of the covered call. Hey, until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.